Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Introvert Dating Success Show, courtesy of IntrovertDatingSuccess.com. I'm your host, Harry Wilmington. This is the show, and that is the website where you can go to learn how to date as your authentic introverted self while still getting your precious alone time. And on today's show, we're going to be answering a question from a guy that wants to know about whether or not he should be breaking no contact with a girl that he recently broke up with. Now, I'm going to answer that question in two parts, because part of it is going to be talking about the no contact itself, but the other part is talking about what kind of behavior you should actually be accepting from a woman and whether or not you should go back to them based on how they treated you before. Because I think a lot of guys, in their quest to try to change a woman's behavior or try to do this whole no contact thing and try to make her act a certain way, I think they forget to really analyze if the way that she was actually treating them is something that A, could be changed and also warrants them getting back with her. And I never want you guys to either have such low self-esteem or be so ego-driven that you think that it's a thing where all women should want you and treat you the right way when they're not, and that you should get back with all of them because you shouldn't. So we'll get into that in a minute. As always, for more of these shows, go to IntrovertDatingSuccess.com. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can also find us on iTunes. And if you become a patron by patreon.com/IntrovertDatingSuccess, you will get access to these shows a week before anybody else. You can also show support for this show if you like what you hear by going to the tip jar tab at the website. Go to the website to check out previews of my eBooks, as well as the video training on how the type of messages to send to women that will cause them to respond to you on dating apps. And of course, you now have access to my previous show, the Stop Losing Women podcast, via my archives that I have available at introvertdatingsuccess.com/SLW. Go there. You can actually preview 5 of the shows that are contained within that archive. And if you like that, then you can get access to the other 400 shows, 144 plus hours of content, simply by choosing the monthly subscription model or by way of the one-time service model. Either way, you're going to get a lot of great information and jumpstart your way towards dating success with those archives. So check that out all at the website, all right? And if you have any questions that you want answered on one of these shows, click on the contact tab at the website or write to me at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. All right, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and get into today's message. So it goes a little something like this. Guy says, I know no contact is a golden rule, but have you ever experienced breaking no contact and initiating contact and actually having a good outcome? I'm 1 week into no contact and struggling despite dating 2 other people. I broke up with this girl, easily a 10 out of 10, because she took advantage too often, never offering to pay for anything, me always having to come to her city and not vice versa, checking out other guys when we were together. She was shocked when I did it. I was angry, and she never see me that way. She cried briefly and said she didn't want to keep seeing me. I can't tell if it's supposed to be didn't or did, but either way, it's whatever. It was the first time I felt like I had her full respect. We've had no contact since. But I'm tempted to contact her as I'm going to be in her city this week. I know everyone will say this is a bad idea, but could it work? And yes, I think she is worth it just about. When she respected me, we were good together. I lost respect because I only discovered the red pill about 4 weeks ago. By then it was too late. For those of you that haven't heard this show in the past and don't know what the red pill is based on a philosophy from the Matrix, whereby the blue pill is you're stuck in the land that you're in now where everything's not real, but you're living a false reality. And the red pill is basically showing you the way things actually work and being able to use that to live the kind of reality that you want and to be able to get the things that you want in the most authentic way possible. And so in the dating community, basically blue pill is the way you're dating now that's not working, but you think it's how you're supposed to do it. And the red pill is these are the way things actually work. Proceed at your own risk, but knowing this information, you'll have a better chance at getting what you want out of dating. All right, so that's just a little take on the red pill situation. But to answer this guy's question, so the purpose of no contact is supposed to simply be this. If somebody, say somebody you're dating isn't treating you the way you want it to be treated, or you're not getting stuff out of the relations that you want, or if some girl decides to break up with you, a lot of guys are desperate to get them back by way of continuing trying to contact her, but that's not really the most effective way to get somebody back. So what people have found is that when you go no contact, meaning you don't text them, you don't call them, you don't try to meet up with them in any way or capacity for amount of time, that over time, the person will start missing you so much that they'll want to hear from you, and either they'll reach out, or when you finally do decide to reach out, ideally, you're in a better place, they're in a better place, and you can reach out and they'll want to hear from you, and hopefully that'll get you guys back together. So that's the philosophy behind that, how that's supposed to work. Now, what I have found is, in terms of the no contact stuff, you reaching out and having it be an effective way to get back with them can be a thing that works depending on the length of time that you decide to do it. Now, I actually have a book on my website called, I think it's like, I can't remember the titles right now, but I think it's like 10 steps to getting back with your ex. But I have a whole book that talks about how to get back your ex-girlfriend, regardless of who did the breaking up, whether she broke up with you or you broke up with her. There are methods to the madness and how that can work. And I've done it. I've done it where I'd be able to reach out to girls that I've broken up with, and we're able to have a talk, we're able to start hooking up again, and we date for a little while. And then I've had other girls who I've broken up with that reached out to me, and we talked it out, we hooked up again, we got back together for a while, and it was working out for a little bit. But I ultimately believe that in terms of getting back with somebody, most of the time, the reasons that either you broke up with that person or they broke up with you, when you get back together, if those things are still there and neither person is willing to work on those things, then the probability of that working out is not going to happen. So you can do all the no contact in the world. If the person's the same way when you get back with them, what's the point? And so it is with this guy, because this guy here is talking about how, this girl, when she respected me, we were good together, but she was being disrespectful. She was looking at other guys. So he's only 1 week into no contact. So what he's basically saying is she was doing bad behavior. He went no contact. And now a week later, he's ready to talk to her again. So let me ask you, listener / watcher of this show, in a week's time, do you think the woman he dumped has changed? Do you think that in a week's time she's been like, well, I really did hurt his feelings. You know what, man, I should stop looking at other guys and I should be more respectful and blah, blah, blah. Do you think she really just flipped that over in a week? Do you think, depending on how old she is, like this guy's 37 years old, so we'll assume her range is 25 to 35, okay? Do you think, having lived that long the way she is up to this point, that she changed that entire behavior in a week's time? I'm going to bet on the probability that it probably did not happen yet. So he could go back to her, but it's only been a week. So what that's going to tell her is, A, this no contact thing was just a sham thing to try to get her back, and also that ultimately she can do whatever she wants, and he's going to accept it because we're only away for a week. If you look at relationships that last 2 or 3, 4, 5, 10 years, a week's worth of time is not really a lot of time. But it is enough time to let her know what she can get away with. And she knows that all this looking at other guys and disrespecting doesn't matter because she's got a hold on him. And we know that because he's already struggling and is trying to get back with her. So, in answer to this guy's particular situation, no. I think a week's time is not enough time of going no contact with somebody to be able to have any effective change that's going to make this thing last long term. If you're willing to go back into it and accept her terms of her being disrespectful and getting away with it, you not saying stuff about it and being accepting of it, then yeah, by all means go back and do that. But that's not ultimately what you want. You ideally want to date a woman that's going to be respectful of you and what you need in the relationship. Because think about it. For you guys that are introverted, imagine some girl getting mad about you having your alone time. That's like a thing that you legit need. So if she gets mad at you about it, you decide we're going to break up, and you go back to her a week later, what does that now say? That now says that you're totally cool with not ever getting alone time. Or say she's trying to constantly bring people around you that you don't know, and you're kind of uncomfortable because as an introvert, you got like 3 or 4 close friends, and meeting strangers makes you uncomfortable. So she could be like an extroverted person that wants to bring around like 17 different people for you to meet, and you're not cool with that, so you break up. And then a week later, you get back. What's that tell her? I'll just keep bringing people around because he'll be cool with it now because he did not set any boundaries and he came back to me so soon that I know that I have a hold on him. So in terms of trying to use this whole no contact thing, again, I got a book that lays out step by step what you need to do in terms of the no contact stuff, in terms of how long it should last, in terms of what the situation should be for you to connect with her again in the first place. Like all that's in the book. But the point is that you need to be mindful of the person that you're going back to, how they are, and if those are things that they're doing that you can actually accept. If realistically they're not, if you feel you're getting disrespected, if you feel like those are things that you want her to improve and you can tell that she's not going to be apt to improve it, then you got to understand that, the physicality of this relationship might have been great and she might have smelled good and she might look hot, but all those things are going to go away and you're going to be left with the essence of the person. And if the essence of the person is not somebody that you gel well with, or you can see long-term is going to be a struggle to deal with, then you got to really take a second look at if that's the best thing for you to do. Because you might want to go to a city to get some nookie that night and whatever, but after that night, it's going to go back to the same old, and you're going to get annoyed very, very quickly. And there are women out there that would treat you better than this. So be mindful of that. Like, just because she's hot and cool, whatever, doesn't mean there's not other ones out there that would be a lot better for you than this chick that you're trying to get back with. So anyway, hopefully, guys, that answers your question. If you found this to be of help to you in your situation, you can go to the website, click on the tip jar tab, and leave a small, nice little message of support saying thanks for the help by sending me something monetarily, or becoming a patron and getting access to these shows a week before anybody else. For more of these shows, go to introvertdatingsuccess.com. Be sure to leave a 5-star review for us on iTunes, as well as subscribing to us on the YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, type in Introvert Dating Success. My channel pops right up. All right. Go to the website to check out previews of my books on how to get girls back, on how to text properly, on what not to do. Check out the video training on the type of messages to send women that will get them to respond to you on social media. And of course, you can get access to my archive of Stop Losing Women podcast, which really will help you in terms of like figuring out this whole dating thing. We interview experts. We talk about things that a lot of experts aren't talking about, but that are vital for you to know in terms of the dating world. And you can check out 5 of those shows for free by going to introvertdatingsuccess.com/SLW and listening to those 5 shows. If you like those 5 shows, I guarantee you the stuff in the archives is just as good, if not better, and you will be loaded with 144 hours of information that you can use when you go out there in the dating world. So hopefully this helps you guys out. For more of these shows, as always, if you have any questions you'd like me to answer on one of these shows, you can write to me also by going to the website, clicking on the contact tab, or by writing me directly at HarryWilmington@gmail.com. I'm Harry Wilmington, and I will catch you guys on the next show. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I am out. Peace.